We are horses. Wait, he didn't say that, actually. Oh no, he said we are not horses. We are humans. And humans are very much complicated in this scenario, bro. Because what the fuck was this season, bro? What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, True Boy, Jaeger. Mind the hair, bro. I need some serious maintenance, bro. From this angle, it looks kind of fire, but, I'm exposing myself right now. It looks like a flipping ramp. I could just, But that's not the whole premise of this entire video, as I should say. We gotta talk, man. We gotta talk serious, man. Because I posted on my Instagram saying that I needed to talk about Squid Game Season 3 and how this season pissed me off to the max. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a it was a good season. It was a good final season. There's a lot of sad points in this show that, got me almost tearing up, you know what I'm saying, though, because there was just a lot of unexpected shit that happened in the show, man. Shit I didn't even expect to happen. But all in all, it was a good season. But the reason why it pissed me off because the whole plot, everything, bro. We're gonna dissect it down, but we need to talk about what happened. So, Gihun, after the failed rebellion, went to the guards put him back inside Squid Game. Now Gihun is so depressed and so broken that he just refused to speak out throughout. He refused to speak throughout the entire voting process, man. He even forfeited his vote in the challenge. He's just given up, man, at this point. Because the people that he initially wanted to save are now the people that are just going up against him, saying that you are probably here to steal the money. So he's just given up entirely. So now we're going on to the first game, which I need to talk about because a lot of important shit, a lot of unexpected important crap happened in this episode. It was the second episode, I believe. So it was killing, hide, and seek. So initially, this entire game was just it was split into two squads. It was the red team and the blue team. The red team was given knives to hunt down any of the blue members of the blue squad, and then the blue squad they were given keys, specific keys, to unlock certain doors. So the point of the keys had like shapes on it. So it was like square, circle, or triangle. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Gihun was in the game. What happened in this game? Because Gihun was hunting down Daiho. Now, if you guys already know, Daiho was the one who sold the bag. He was the one that fumbled the bag and not giving the magazine to the fighters with the rebellion against the guards. How Gihun found out? Because Miss Jung's brother told him about that. So he was just eyeing him throughout the entire time. So then throughout the game, it happened. Gihun managed to catch up with Daiho, and Daiho was just absolutely bawling, bro. He was just begging for his life. Then he revealed that he wasn't actually a Marine. He lied about it just to get into the group because he didn't want to be outed as the singleton, because any person that's alone in that is not going to probably last long. So he was just afraid to tell them the truth and all that stuff, hence why he was scared. That's why he was acting like a bitch, basically. But Gihun not having any of it killed him at the end of the day. Now, my initial problem with this is Gihun is wrong and right in a way, but he's mainly on the right path. He's mainly right I don't know if you could be right about murdering someone, but hey, he was pissed. I understand that. So Daihu told him that it was his fault for why the rebellion failed in the first place. And initially I thought to myself, why did it have to be his fault? The plan could have worked. But yet I realized that Gihun was probably, he was sending those guys to another, he was sending them on a suicide mission, basically, man. That's what happened. And there was just too many guards. They didn't even know how many guards they were going to be up against. And the ammunition was going to be probably not help them out at all. So Daihu was right on that account. Just that Gihun thought differently and thought to himself, maybe they might make it out of this entirety. I just wish I could have been in that game, man. Honestly, I would have tried to convince Gihun that there's no point in trying to help people, because some people are just dumbasses. They would literally do anything just for the green, bro, just for the bag. It has been evident throughout this entire game, man. First and foremost, Squid Game itself, the people who organized the games, they didn't force them to come to the game. They didn't force them. It was all out of desperation and debt. That's why they came to the Squid Game. And the games that they played were just so flipping simple, but yet the complex thing, the complicated thing that made those games more complicated were the people in the game. Like, let me name the characters. 100. Oh my gosh. The fact that 100 made it to the finals of the Squid Game, bro, is absolutely just nonsensical in any aspect of the way. But I have to acknowledge it, man, because dude played a phenomenal game. He did a lot of bad shit, but the only one good aspect of that entirety thing was him sliming out the shaman. If you guys know, the shaman was just, she was insane. She was a piece of shit woman, dog. She even led her own crew to get murked. Like, she even led her own crew to death, like getting murked by 333 and his psycho friend or accomplice or something like that. 333. What else can I say about this person? 333 is arguably the literal definition of a toxic. I'm gonna cuss less, man. He's the definition of a toxic dude. This man throughout the entire season has been selling the bag. He made Thanos look like a lesser evil man, lesser evil human being than him. Because, bro, 333, I don't understand how is it even possible to even get that much lower? Because he not only found out that Jung Hee was giving birth to, by the way, before we even get to that, Jung Hee was also pregnant, also gave birth in the second episode. 120. 120, man. So 120, she could have won this entire game. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was the most capable. She was probably the strongest character in the entire season, bar none, bro. She was out there protecting her own squad, which was Miss Jung and Jun Hee, bro. Because Jun Hee was pregnant with him and 333's baby. Of course, she gave birth throughout the entire game. And Jun Hee was just going to absolute work, man. Murking two niggas at the same time. Was it at the same time or was it just like different? It was probably at the same time, bro. I don't even remember, but all I remember is that until 120 was just an absolute go, bro. I need y'all to comment in the chat, man. 120, the GOAT, bro. So what happened was they eventually found the door, 120 and the crew, because each of them had the different shapes of the keys to unlock the door, the main door that has all three of the keys, so that you could like open the door with. So she was gonna go through the door, but yet decided to go back. What killed her was loyalty, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would have left them. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I don't know if in that moment it was just apparent to her that she needed to get them out of there, man, as soon as possible. But it eventually became her downfall because who else would ruin such a perfect moment than 333? 333 killed 120, bro. And that just changed an outlook on everything, man, to the point where Jun Hee just decided to separate herself from this guy, man, like entirely. Even also, it was evident in the jump rope challenge, which Jun Hee said to 333 that she would rather die. Do you know how bad you have to be for your ex to tell you that she would rather die and let another man protect her baby than you, bro? Do you know how much that would damage her? So, and Jun Hee died because her ankle was previously broken throughout the entire challenge. She fell down a flight of stairs and she was dead on arrival. She was just dead. From the moment the challenge was made, she was already dead. So it happened. Jun Hee actually protected the baby, get her across the entire bridge, and yeah, they didn't even like help out in the case at all. He also crossed the bridge, and Jun Hee, she knew that she wasn't gonna make it, so she decided just to go on her own will, man, and just plummet down to the ground, and Jun Hee died. Even before that, Ms. Jung died. Ms. Jung died from killing her own son because the son wanted to kill Jun Hee. That was in the killing hide and seek game. Killed her own son, bro, because the son wanted to kill Jun Hee and the baby. And Miss Jung actually killed herself because she couldn't live with the thought of killing her own son, bro. Like that was just messed up in and of itself. Like, the lack of humanity that was just portrayed throughout this entire show has been insane. That I have to get to the pissy part before we can get to the final part, man. And the pissy part of this entire thing, man, was just the subplot in of itself. So the subplot involved the detective, who I must say is the most useless mother flidger. That is not a word. Don't search it, bros. I just made up a word. Is the most useless person in that entire show to date. That man found the island and head towards the HQ headquarters, bro. Find his brother, and throughout and had to wait for 3 years just to tell him why. Let that sink in, bro. But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I'm just saying. So the final Squid Game was actually a sky game, which was the same as the previous game, but yet it's in the sky. It's like, what is it? The giant shapes and all that stuff. So it was Jun Hee, 333, and these random ass niggas along with 100. I mean, I gotta say, the random people that were involved in the final was just perplexing to me. Because where do these dudes come from? How do they survive? How did they survive? 100, I get. 205 actually became a psychopath, man, because this dude was just a rando dude. All of a sudden, dude became an MVP of the entire show because this dude was absolutely insane. So the entire reason for that was because the VIPs, right? VIPs also one of the worst things about this season because the acting was just terrible, man. It was beyond terrible. I couldn't understand why they were there in the first place, bro. Even them speaking English sounded so fake, man. The acting was just not. They were the worst part of the show, man. So the VIPs thought it was a smart idea to resurrect 222 into the baby. So 222 took place. The baby took the place of 222, her mother. So now it was doubled into the baby that she's worth. I think what I don't know how to calculate the currency there, but she was worth more, and that pissed off the others to the point where they've been plotting throughout the entire Sky Squid game to kill the baby, so that they could also They could also share the money amongst them because the whole premise of the idea of Squid Game was to kill one person or more in each round because they changed up everything, man. Because now they just seem they didn't want to kill more people and all that stuff, but which is ridiculous. So yeah, it happened. Now 333 decided to now try to help out Jun Hee and the baby, and he eliminated 100. 205 got killed in the middle of the game. He got stabbed, and the rest of the randos dudes, they also got murked by 333 and Juhan, bro. And there was one moment in the game where 100 and 205 started beating up this one guy. They used him as what they called the lunchbox, so that they were saving it up for the final round so they can throw him off and then let them stop the game and then split the money. But 333 didn't comply, ended up throwing his ass off the circle, which, by the way, I was so happy because this dude was pissing me the F off, man. He was bunny hopping on each of these niggas' meats, bro. I kid you not. And then the final three, 222, 333, and 456. Dude, bro, 333 was just an absolute menace, man. So this dude was literally just that damn delusional to the point where he even accused Gyunhan on cheat. He accused him of seemingly having sex with Jun Hee, which wasn't even the case. But hey, because he wanted to believe his own delusions, he ended up being all crazy and tried to kill his own baby, bro. His own baby. And Gyunhan was just not gonna allow that and ended up killing 333. But before then, he didn't actually press the button which started the game off, and ultimately that led to his death. He eliminated himself and left the baby as the winner. All in all, this season was just it was very, 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 very odd, man. The final participants were just so random. They were so random, man. At points where I'm like sitting there like, these are so random dudes. What purpose do they have? But apparently they did serve a lot of purpose because they were just used as filler throughout the entire game. The detective was useless, bro. Like, honestly. And the frontman himself he didn't die, but he also told Kyuhan that Do you see now that your lack of faith in people has now cost you everything? Now you could have just went home and just be with your family, which I agree. You could have been with her. You could have been with his family, but no, he had to be Captain Save Everybody, man. Mr. Captain South Korea, which is equivalent to Captain America. I'm not gonna get racial, but that's besides the point. This season pissed me off.